We've heard from many voices in the FCPS community concerned about the data breach that we announced last week. We're concerned too. We thought it was important to talk directly to the community and particularly to those who may have been impacted by the breach. Let me emphasize a few facts about the data breach, and then we'll share some of the things we're doing to help those who are affected. First, we learned of this breach in September when a former FCPS student alerted us. We immediately began an extensive and exhaustive investigation that included many federal and state entities, including the FBI, the Maryland State Attorney General, the Maryland State Department of Education, and others. That investigation concluded in December, and while the results of the investigation were inconclusive, we did learn a few key facts. The breach occurred before 2010, more than 7 years ago. We know of about 1,000 former FCPS students, those who went to our schools in 2005 to 2006, whose data was taken. That data included names, social security numbers, and dates of birth. The foreign website on which those 1,000 names appeared claims to have the data of many thousands of other people for sale as well. Because this breach happened so long ago, it is not really possible to say for sure where or exactly how it happened. Even though the results of the investigation were not conclusive, it does not appear that the breach originated with FCPS. We are required by law to share data with the Maryland State Department of Education, and we reached out to them about the data breach. They cooperated and assisted in the investigation. We appreciate their efforts. While it is not possible to reach definite conclusions about the breach because it happened so many years ago, there are several things we know for sure going forward.
We know that practices, processes, and safeguards both at FCPS and MSDE have evolved and strengthened over the intervening years since the breach. For example, we no longer keep student social security numbers in our student information system. We also know that we're taking immediate steps to help those affected by this breach. We are working to have compromised data removed from our websites where it may appear. Those include foreign websites maintained by people who are not good actors, so you can imagine the difficulties we're facing. We also know that information about those affected is now circulating on social media. The bottom line is that circulating personal information only further hurts the victims. I ask every member of our community to help our students by not continuing to spread personal information. FCPS is also providing those affected with services offered through Kroll, a global leader in risk mitigation and response to protect their identity for a 12-month period at no cost. The services will include credit monitoring and identity consultation and restoration. FCPS is sending all those affected specific information on how to enroll in these services. We are also providing those affected with additional information and resources on how to minimize the impact of this breach. FCPS is sharing this information as quickly as possible. It is important to understand that the law, Maryland Annotated Code 10-1305, specifies that we needed to complete the investigation of the data breach before we could share the information. That helped to prevent the further spread of personal information and to assist the investigation. While we were preparing to share information about the breach with the entire community, our first priorities were investigating thoroughly the incident and sharing information first with those who were directly impacted. It's unfortunate that the press reports about this incident preempted a process that was designed to help the victims of the breach first and foremost, and to prevent unnecessary worry from those who were not affected. Since the investigation is now complete, we're able to move forward quickly. The security of our students' personal data is important to us. We take our responsibility to safeguard data extremely seriously. But our concern now is to help those who may have been affected by the data breach. We ask that if you have any questions or if you have additional information about this matter, please reach out to us at the email address on the screen. Thank you.